Go ahead.
Well, I'm meeting with Tommy for my first official meeting to tell him all about the benefits of Expats Tips, the travel guide for students on a budget. I met him at Presbyterian College's Study Abroad Fair, but we only talked for a minute, and now we're having our first official meeting to talk about if this is what will really be used to meet his needs. Hi, Tommy. It's so good to see you again. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I'm really excited to tell you about Expats Tips. It's a really trusted travel guide for students on a budget, and I think it'll definitely help you.
Well, thank you for meeting me with today. I really appreciate it, Murray.
Yeah, well, I want to get to know a little bit about you first. Where are you going in the fall again?
Well, I'm actually going to be traveling to Istanbul, Turkey, so I'm really excited.
Great. Turkey will be so cool. Why did you decide on Turkey?
Well, actually, I was originally supposed to be going to London. However, I talked to one of my professors, and he convinced me to go. I was ordering my ticket, and he came over and was like, "Well, Tommy, before you do that, you might want to look at this program. It's new, and it's definitely a new culture and a culture that you haven't experienced before. But I think you'd really like it." And he was right.
That's wonderful to have a professor's perspective because it's probably really unique to other students' perspectives. Well, have you traveled a lot before, by yourself specifically?
Well, I have traveled before, but I did go with my family, so I haven't traveled by myself. So that'll be a new experience. But I did go to Italy with them. So we kind of wandered around, we flew together, we stayed together, we saw sights together. But like I said, it was not by myself, so I had to do it with them, and so it'll be a difference, definitely.
So you've flown before, but not by yourself.
Exactly.
Do you have any other classmates going from Presbyterian College to Turkey with you?
Actually, it's just me. I'm the trailblazer. I'm the first person, and it's a new program, so it'll be fun. But I'm definitely going by myself.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. What are you planning to study when you're over there?
Well, since I am a history and international studies major, I plan on taking classes that are kind of heavy in those areas, mostly history classes though, because I'm really excited to kind of get to know about the Ottoman history and the Ottoman culture.
That's a fascinating culture. I was a history major as well in school, and it's been a really helpful major. I love learning about the world and traveling around.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Expats Tips, if you'd mind.
Okay, well, I'm really excited to hear about it from you. Like, I feel like it could help me. However, I must tell you that I kind of am happy with what I've been using. I've been preparing with some other resources, some websites, some maps, some books that I've been using, and they've been helpful with me, and I'm already comfortable with them. So I don't really know if I want to switch.
I completely understand what you're saying. I'm glad you're happy with the other resources, and I know there are a lot of other travel guides out there that have been really helpful for students.
Yeah.
One good thing about Expats Tips is that it does pull a lot of other resources into one place,
Okay.
which has helped students that are trying to stay organized in a new culture and new place.
All right, that sounds really cool. Well, in addition to kind of having my own resources, I kind of am on a budget, so I don't really have the money to spend on on a subscription for something that I could be using that money for food or something. So I should tell you, I really don't really want to pay for another website.
Right. So you're a little bit nervous about the subscription fee. I completely understand that as well. A lot of other students mentioned the same thing when we initially talked to them, but they found over time that all of our suggestions recommend less expensive hotels and less expensive hostels and things like that for the students.
Okay.
So it actually saved the money in the long term, and they really enjoyed that benefit.
All right, that sounds really cool. That sounds really helpful to me. So.
Great, I'm glad. What have you been doing aside from looking through all those resources to prepare?
Well, I guess I've been using those websites, and I've been trying to kind of compare prices of things and compare different sites and what I should do. And I've been going on a couple of blogs, kind of figure out what would be cool to go see that from another person's perspective. But I haven't had anything really in one place, so that's an issue. But whatever.
Well, good for you, Tommy. That's really good that you're starting early, thinking about what you want to do when you're over there to make sure you get the best things.
Well, thank you.
Do you have any concerns about your trip?
Well, since I am traveling alone and I don't really know anybody and no one from PC is coming with me, I'm concerned about meeting people while I'm there. Sure, I'm probably going to meet a couple of friends in the program that I'm in, but I also want to meet locals. So that's a concern of mine because none of the resources that I have or that I've been using kind of suggest, hey, this is how you meet someone, this is where you can go. So I don't know about that.
Right. So aside from meeting other people that are similar to you, do you have any other worries that you have before your trip?
Well, safety is also a big concern of mine. I don't want to, for instance, with connecting with people, I don't want to meet someone who could hurt me, who could endanger my safety, or who could endanger someone else's safety. So I don't really, that's a big concern of mine, but also I'm concerned about safety in the sense that I don't know the area, I don't know the language, I don't know the streets, I don't know the city. I could end up in a different part of town for all I know.
Right, so Safety is definitely one of our top priorities as well. What do you think the long-term effects of getting seriously lost in Turkey could be for your trip?
Well, I mean, as far as my trip is concerned, I might end up in the wrong area, and I could lose money. I could get lost from, from the main part of town. I could end up somewhere that I end up spending a lot of money, and also I could become afraid of traveling if I do that too much. Like if I end up in a place that puts me in danger, I could just end up not traveling anymore and not experiencing what I really wanted to experience.
There are some scary stories about traveling mishaps, and we want to make sure that you have the best trip possible because it is a big commitment. Do you have any other worries before you go?
Well, like I said, since I am a student, I'm on a budget. I've already spent a lot of money so far to get like a plane ticket and for the program, so I'm really worried about staying in the budget that my parents gave me. I don't want to go over it. I don't want to cause any problems with them, but I want to experience things while I'm there, so I don't know how I'm going to be able to like manage that and keep within the budget.
So you're saying you want to be able to travel some, definitely get the best local experience in Turkey, but not spend too much money.
Exactly, yeah, that's exactly right.
Definitely understand that. That's a very common concern students have. So it seems like the biggest concerns you're facing right now are budgeting, staying safe, and then meeting new people.
Exactly.
Can you prioritize those for me?
Well,
What's
safety.
most important?
Oh, safety is definitely a big priority for me. Like, I don't want to be hurt. I know my parents don't want me to be put in any kind of danger. They're already worried about me going to Turkey. They were really happy when I was going to London, but they're worried about me going to Turkey. So that's the biggest priority for me, and then followed by connecting with people and then budgeting. So
do you have any last concerns?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much everything, at least the big ones that I'm worried about.
Okay, well, is there anything stopping you from starting your account today?
Well, I would love to start an account, however, I'm not really that tech savvy, and I don't really know if I have the time to figure out how to use the website since I am going there, and I don't want to have to figure it out while I'm there because I want to experience things. I don't want to have to sit in my room, learn a website when I could be out eating food or seeing some museums.
Right, we definitely don't want the learning curve of our website to detract from your experience in country. So, and a lot of students were nervous about throwing out their old books that they've been using for so long and just starting a website. But how about I sit down with you and show you how it works?
That'd be really awesome. If you could do that, that would really help me out because, I mean, it sounds like your website could be useful for me, and so it hits on everything that I kind of am concerned with and would need in a product, but I don't know how to use it. So if you could show me how to use it, that'd be great.
I'm really glad to hear that. Is there anything else stopping you from starting today?
No, actually, I don't think so.
Okay, great. Tommy, I think this website is going to be just what you need to make sure you have the best experience possible in Turkey.
No, well, thank you.
So let's set up your account.
Okay, cool. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.